A new fire station is opened in New Hanover County about a year after health concerns surfaced about the old station.
For months, firefighters pushed for answers, alleging links between serious medical issues and Station 13 in Castle Hayne. Now, though, the building has been replaced. WECT's J.C. Caldwell was at the ceremony officially recognizing the new station. J.C., this is a big step forward for firefighters there.
Yeah, Fran, definitely an upgrade from the last Station 13. It has more space, individual sleeping rooms, and has a more modern look. But because of those previous health concerns you mentioned, the important thing is making sure there's no mold or other safety issues inside. The ceremony today was to celebrate this new building, which will replace the old one that had been open since the 1980s. Officials say it's a state-of-the-art 11,500 square foot facility with a $10 million price tag. However, many people were concerned with the water quality and PFAS at the last station, especially because of the facility's location near a former hazardous waste site. This new spot is only just down the road, but officials say by adding in water filtration systems and other safety precautions, they're confident this one poses no health risks.
We spend a lot of time focusing on the health of the firefighters. If they're exposed to different types of bad stuff, we have different levels of places they can go to in the building to receive that decontamination. I'm just excited that we've got a safe facility, that we've got a place that will serve this community for decades into the future.
We do also want to note the North Carolina Department of Labor did finish their investigation back in August into the last station and found 31 hazards, but none tied to the water quality or mold issues firefighters had expressed concerns about. Fire rescue personnel already started working from this new building back on January 5th. J.C. Caldwell, WECT News.